Hello, my name is Rafael Seiz Ortiz from Universitat Politécnica de Valencia, and in this technical English video I'm going to cover the important topic of how to ask questions in English. That's why it's called asking questions. We are going to deal with the basic rules of making questions in English, and also we will review some question words and particles that their form and examples of use. The objectives are to learn the basic rules for question formation, and also to learn the words that are normally used in the English language to make correct questions, and to learn how to form correct questions, which is a topic that sometimes is not well studied by learners. There is a basic rule for question formation, and this is the basic rule. You have to invert the order of the subject and the first auxiliary verb or the verb to be. On the left-hand side of the slide we have affirmative sentences, and then we have the corresponding questions on the left and in bold. For example, you are British, it's snowing, he can speak German, they have lived here a long time, she will arrive at 10 o'clock. He was driving fast, or you have been smoking, become, when they are in the interrogative form, are you British? Please note the inversion in these interrogative sentences. Is it snowing? Can he speak German? Have they lived here a long time? Will she arrive at 10 o'clock? Was he driving fast? Have you been smoking? This is the basic rule. But if there is no auxiliary verb, you have to use the verb to do as an auxiliary to make questions. And here we have 4 examples. You speak fluent French. In the affirmative would become, in the interrogative, do you speak fluent French? Here and in the following examples we're using do as an auxiliary verb for question formation. She lives in Brussels would become, does she live in Brussels? They lived in Manchester. Did they live in Manchester? He had an accident. Did he have an accident? Please note that even if it's a verb in the third person, that requires an S, final S, or it is in the past, the auxiliary question verb to do has the did or does form, not the main verb, in this case, speak, live, or have. Many questions that have a WH particle, these are called WH questions, are made in the same way with the same rules. Here we have some typical example. How often does she use it? In bold we have the question word, and then the rest of the sentence that follow the rules. Why don't you come? Where do you work? How many did you buy? What time did you go? Which one do you like? Whose car were you driving? These are WH questions that, as we can see here, follow the rules of question formation. Who, what, and which can be the subject. Then, in this case, there is no inversion and you don't use the verb to do in the question forms. We have here 2 examples. Compare these pairs of sentences. Who is coming to lunch? In this example, who is the subject of the verb? So in the interrogative sentence, we don't have inversion of the use of to do as an auxiliary verb. Whereas, who do you want to invite to lunch? In this case, you, another interrogative particle, is the subject of the verb. So we have the normal inversion. Similarly, we have what happened. In this case, what is the subject? So we have no inversion and no to do auxiliary. Whereas, what did you do? Here, you is the subject, so we have the normal, the regular inversion. Regarding prepositions, in these examples, please note the position of the prepositions in the following examples. Who did you speak to? The prepositions are in bold at the end. What are you looking at? Where does he come from? Normally, in normal speech, prepositions in questions move to the end. But in formal language, they are normally put at the beginning of the interrogative sentence. For example, to whom did you speak? At what are you looking? From where does he come? But this is more formal language. Here we're going to have a look at some typical question forms. Let's start with who, used for asking about people. Who do you like? Who studies Russian? What, which is used to asking about things or activities or places. What does he do at weekends? Or what is that? We have also other types of questions, such as those starting with what kind of, type of, or sort of. They ask about specific things or characteristics. What type of car do you drive? What kind of person is he? Or another specific type of question, what time? Asking about the specific time. What time is it? Or what time does the show begin? We also have when, used for specific or general times. When do you like going out? When does the bus leave? Or where, asking about places. Where do you live? Or where did you go on vacation? And you can also have some combinations in at the beginning of a question. For example, the combination between what and like at the end. It is used for asking about characteristics and features. What was the weather like? Or what is Mary like? It's asking about specific features. So in these cases, we never use how, even if there is the temptation of using it translated directly from Spanish. Como is Mary. In this case, it would be what is Mary like? How comes in combination with many other words to form a complex WH questions. For example, to ask about characteristics, features, etc. How much, the price, quantity. How long, the length. Or how often, the frequency. How often do you go to the movies? How long was the film? Or how much does it cost? Also, we can find which. In this case, it's a specific type of question word to ask about a specific thing or person from a limited number of things or people. Which book did you buy? Which boy won the race? In this case, we're talking about a specific or limited group. And whose has the idea of possession, asking about the person or thing that also possesses something, translated into Spanish as cuyo o cuya. Whose book is that? Whose is that? In conclusion, it's very important to know the rules governing the fact of asking questions, because it's very important for normal communication in English. The word order in questions formation is fundamental. It's very important, and we have to respect the rules. Because asking questions correctly is a very important thing, it's a fundamental aspect in technical communication. Then I'm going to finish this presentation with a correctly formed question according to these rules. I hope you understood it. Did you understand it? Thank you very much.